Cheers, bitches, and welcome to Tinis&Tea. It's me, Kevin Byrne, your host, and each week I sit down with a different guest over a martini or whatever they would like to drink, and we shoot the shit and catch up and talk about whatever we want to. This week I am joined by Andrew Wedge and Christian Stanley. Hi, boys.
Hello. Hi.
How's it
How are
going?
you? Good. Doing good. How about you?
I'm good. It's 11:30 on Sunday morning.
I know.
I'm having a mimosa.
I'm having Red Bull hidden in a coffee mug.
I love it.
And I think I'm having Red Bull with some water in it. I think it's like a watered down. So it's like a watered down martini.
Love it.
It's not straight up. Rocks.
No coffee, or did you already have your coffee this morning?
We had a coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always start every episode with 3 questions. First question, what is your martini order?
So sober, but there is a non-alcoholic champagne. What's it called?
I
French. Can't even remember it. Circle back to you on that one. Super helpful.
Okay.
But it's fucking delicious. It's
Yeah.
like, I could drink that. I was such a champagne drinker, so that is like, just give me bottles of that and I'm sold.
And I think the other day we discovered, because we have become sort of these like non-alcoholic, sort of like we think we're connoisseurs, so we think we know what we're doing. So I don't know. Maybe we'll start our own podcast about like what to drink when you're not drinking. But we had like this elderflower.
Oh, please. I will get it. And we can do it.
And it's actually really good. Now,
Nice.
I haven't had a drink in so long that I honestly don't even remember what alcohol actually tastes like. So so it could be just but it looks super like alcoholic, isn't it?
That's nice.
So trigger warning to like people who are like, so it does look very like, but it actually tastes really good. So so we had that, and that was it. So I guess that's our jam.
That was some sparkling water, and like
delicious. Great. I love elderflower. What was I going to say about the sparkling champagne? It's not like the Martinelli's, is it?
No. It's seriously delicious.
It's
you know what?
Martinelli's is actually, I feel like, I think we all I love Martinelli.
Oh, yeah.
It's Le Petit Victory.
Okay.
It's French. It's delicious.
It's super. It looks very good. It's a really nice bottle too. So
nice and dry.
Yes, it's like it's beautiful. So again, we haven't had alcohol in so long that we're not 100% if we would.
Oh no, I remember the taste.
I know. I don't. It's so good.
I can walk you through one of the last New Year's I drank that involved like 4 bottles of Moet.
I don't think we'll do that.
Okay, so you don't drink, but do you go out for non-alcoholic cocktails ever?
Sometimes, like usually when we're traveling, no. Like we we live we work so much here. But when we go to Spain or Portugal, really, that's when or even New Orleans, like that's when we really go out and just have fun. But usually I'm just drinking Red Bulls.
Yeah. Sugar-free or regular?
Well, yeah.
What's up?
Sugar-free Red Bull or regular?
No, that's horrible.
I mean, we're sober.
Kevin used to be my personal trainer, so this is that's horrible.
We're sober, not crazy. Like it's like some things we have to hold on to, like sugar. So
okay, so I guess that brings me to the third question: how do we know each other?
There's your answer. Well, we met again. So Kevin, I think we started talking online. I think as I think most of our connections have ever been. And then you were a trainer. You trained Andrew, and you were a personal trainer.
After COVID. Kevin was
coming into COVID times. Yeah,
I know.
Kevin was like the first human interaction I had in a long time. And he would come to our apartment and we'd work out. And it was just awesome.
Yeah, so it was great.
Seriously.
It was like right after vaccines, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was like we can now. I mean, honestly,
that's to be around people again.
Yeah, it was such a blur. We're like, I don't know. Looking back, you can't even remember what period was what. So
I know
it could have been right after the vaccines. Could have been before. Who knows?
Do you guys have Time Hop? Do you know what Time Hop is?
No, what's time hop?
No.
It's an app and it just shows you like your pictures and posts from whatever years ago. Uh,
Oh,
and so right now, the stuff that's coming up from 6 years ago, my friend Susie and I were like FaceTiming each other, being like, well, lockdown. It's gonna go on for so long.
oof. No, I don't have that, but I do have the horrible feature on an iPhone where it'll be like,
Oh.
we'll wake up one morning and be like, hey, on this day 6 years ago, your
Yes.
beloved pet died.
Yeah.
And like, here's a bunch of pictures.
I know I think it's so intrusive. And I know that and again, I only say this as sort of a Gen Xer and an older individual. I just don't understand. You shush. I don't understand what the obsession is with being able to track everything. Like, I like that my 20s, there's just no documentation of it.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
what the fuck? Like, I don't really need to know. And so when people are
I
like,
found some documentation.
I mean, yeah, but you literally have to like print it and scan it and send
Yeah.
it to somebody. And I find it so intrusive that like you get a note from your phone telling you, "Hi, 8 years ago." You're like, I don't I don't
Right.
need to know
You're
that.
like, the reason it was so long ago.
Yeah, it's like I don't remember. Why do
Right.
you remember? And why are you reminding me of
This is triggering.
It's trigger. So I'm
I
like,
agree.
it's called a pass for a reason.
Yes. Okay, so the reason we're here today is because you guys have a fashion line,
Yep, we do.
Boxer Studios.
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
And a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month or so ago, I came to visit Andrew in Jersey City, and I got to try it on.
yep.
What do you
And
think?
it's living behind you right now.
But the giant rat.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so tell me where did this start from? What was the idea? What was the inspiration?
Yeah. So I've been in the fashion industry as a designer, kind of every level for the last 20 years. Ugh.
Yeah.
And I've always specialized in women's wear, women's outerwear, women's tailoring. And I'd done a couple of projects for men, primarily for bands like this band Monarchy, this British UK electro band. So I did their costumes for their world tour, but never really had done a lot of men's. And that really frustrated my husband. So he, for years would always just be like, hey, can you make me something? And I'd always be like, that's a lot of work.
Well, let's pause that for a second there.
You're like, here's my side of the story.
Let me so one of the first things that I learned about Andrew was that he was a designer, and I thought, how cool, right? He's a fashion designer. I remember one of the first things that I asked him to do for me was to hem a pair because I don't know. And his response to me was like, bitch, I'm not a seamstress.
Right.
And I was like, and so for the record, after that, I would always say, I was kind of like, babe, you should like, why don't you just design a pair of pants and make like, but I always was like, you know what? I'm going to get sort of the.
So that's why I was always a pair of pants. It was just like a passive aggressive thing.
Yes. So like, 5 years later, we kind of got to the point where, Andrew, got into that.
To add on to that story, it was the night before he needed them.
Oh.
All he had was like a needle and thread. I think we wound up scotch taping them.
I mean,
You didn't have like hem tape or anything?
No, we didn't even have that. So I was more like, also I've done my time. I still have scars and calluses on my fingers. I used to
very true. He does
be an assistant.
know how to sew, I will say. He does sew and he's very good at it, but he just will not do it.
It's giving me when you were a kid and you were like, Mom, I need poster board for a project that's due tomorrow, and it's like 10 p.m.
Yeah, and then there's like moms like trying to like battle through like CVS, like trying to find at the dollar store, trying to find something to just build this project for you. That was the whole energy. I definitely put that energy out there. that
We all have.
Did not.
No, but his pants did get hemmed with scotch tape. And they remained scotch tape for a while, actually. I remember seeing it and being like, oh shit, there's still tape on this. No, so we had I had come off of 2 really, really challenging jobs. Really, really demanding, really exhausted, really burnt out, to be honest. And this industry will if you're not careful, can burn you out really quickly. And I'm kind of a workhorse by training and by
Yeah.
nature. So I was really just wanting, I was even thinking of just never leaving the industry entirely and just really taking time to recover. And Christian kind of conned me into this, but in a really loving way. He really wanted me to, because for so long he'd seen me design for other people. But what he had stopped seeing me do was ever design for myself or design for my passion. And so he wanted to help me find that love again of fashion. So he said, okay, let's do this. Like, I want you to make me something. So we'll go look at fabrics together and this and that. And it just became this really amazing process of getting to design for my husband. And getting in that process, getting to show him what actually goes into it.
Yeah.
And then we did that. And then it was, he would wear some of the pieces and people would stop him and suddenly it became, oh, we might be onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's expand it. And the whole genesis around it was taking what I knew of women's wear. So the fabrics, sewing techniques, the finishings that were usually reserved for women and applying them to men's silhouettes and clothing that we ourselves would actually wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Not to, you don't have to list your resume, but you've worked for some big fashion houses, right?
yes. Right. Um, so I started as an assistant designer under Brandon's son for Oscar de la Renta in the furs division.
Okay.
Uh, really grateful to him always. He's the one who um, saw my little, like, I think it was a random email after college, had no, I to this day, I don't know why he hired me, but I'm forever grateful to him. That broke me into the industry. And then from there, I've worked for Worth New York, Ralph Lauren, Brooks Brothers, Karl Lagerfeld.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
projects for Little Boots, Monarchy. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the other one's name. Another person.
More people. He's a busy man.
Yeah.
He's been a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I'm very lucky. And this industry, it's very competitive. And it's there's just not a lot of work available. So I'm very, very grateful and very, very um yeah, honored to have had a hand in those companies and those legacies.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So you started designing for yourself with intention for each other, whatever. So what kind of stuff are we?
Well, so the first stuff, and I'll let Christian kind of take this because it's the little Christian capsule.
Well, I mean, what it was, the first pieces were kind of, you know, when you don't really understand how clothes is made and coming from, so I mean, I've worked in one side of the clothing industry, so like the retail, and so it was really interesting, but not understanding construction or any of that stuff, right? I
Right.
think it was really exciting to kind of participate in the process of just understand. Always heard him talk about it and kind of what we live we're both fashion people, so we talk about it. I mean, at home, it's one of the good things about having a partner or husband that kind of really loves that we do the same, like we have the same sort of work and
Passions.
passions because we
Yeah.
we talk about it at home, right? So, but to go into depth, we started looking at fabrics, and what we looked at is we were trying to, oh, we got a few. We found this really cool piece, mohair piece, which was actually just the fabric, which is really gorgeous. And I think you might have seen this when you were here. And so Andrew designed this really cool jacket around
Oh, yeah.
a vintage worker jacket. And it's this beautiful like gray mohair, and it really feels good. So this became sort of like, and it has the shorts as well, and it has a top, which I really love. And this is where Andrew gets super creative. So he had these crystals added to it. So it kind of was really just a fun piece. Now I wear that jacket all the time, and the shorts are so great. So, and I wear the tank top when we go out and stuff like that. But it was just that. And it just people like would be like, where, that's just where it started. And here
Yeah.
we are now. So
And and that was really the beginning, and the reason for the kind of the embellishment idea was Christian has always worked in jewelry, fine jewelry, and massive collector as well. Fun
As you can
hobby.
see from all your rings.
Well, and that's what's amazing was he during this process also started exploring his creativity, and he started hand carving jewelry, which we then turned out so beautiful. I'm actually wearing one right here. Um,
Oh yeah.
so he would sit at this table. It was my favorite moments because it was like this little old couple. Like I'd be sitting at the table sketching and the line, and then he'd be sitting at the other end carving these little wax rings. And we had this idea of like, wait, why don't we just fold this all into each other? And Christian has his own line of jewelry that he's launched called the Uncarved Block, which is awesome.
Very cool.
But then he started doing pieces specifically for Boxer.
Yep.
And so we were kind of, that's my nod to that. But we have a whole line of fine jewelry that Christian has carved, and it's so beautiful.
yeah, it's been fun. I mean, it's also, it's we come from two different places when it comes to creativity. Andrew is a a, a natural creative, but a trained creative. He went to school for it. He like understands the process.
Right.
I just literally like I wake up one morning and I'm like, I'm just gonna make something.
This is
So
what I want to do.
yeah,
Have you ever seen Black Swan?
Yes.
I am Natalie Portman. He's fucking Mila Kunis.
yeah. So it's
You have any idea how frustrating it is to be
But-
like, this requires this much training and perfect execution. And he sits down, carves something, and it's like, oh,
He's
it's
like, let me try this today. Oh, it's good.
yeah. Yeah.
but and it's not always that great. I mean, many times it just falls apart. But what we've realized, the process around it is like because there's a process, there's a structure, and there's a way to do it. For me, it's like I just get up, but he has the discipline, right, to produce, to create, because that's kind of what he's done. Me, on the other hand, I kind of create when I feel like it. So
Yeah.
sometimes I lag on my creativity. So it's hard. So we just come from, I mean, we're both creative. And I always say this, I learned to be a creative, I mean, the last 3-4 years of my life. He's been a creative since, I think, since like high school. So we're so different about it.
Yeah.
And that
Mila
is,
Kunis, Natalie Portman.
yeah. So
I'm the one who's going to have a complete mental breakdown, and he's the one who's effortlessly going to be perfect.
I'm just
like
just like I mean, which, it sounds funnier when we talk about it, but in reality, it is really, it sometimes is our thing, a biggest point of contention when we
Yeah.
come to sort of work and creating and all that stuff. Because again, it's just a different, in other aspects of my life, it's what I've been doing. I know how to manage, but in this aspect, it has to stay very creative. It has to stay very not demanding for me to do it. The minute it starts feeling demanding, but at the same time, I want to. So
Yeah.
it's a balance where he is so good at that. So we definitely have learned. I've learned a lot
We're good balance.
from my Natalie Portman and her.
okay, good. Yeah. I feel like a little bit with the podcast, I'm kind of like Christian, where it's like this is something that I want to do, but it's like something that I like have to keep doing.
Right.
Like, yeah. But then
Sorry,
I also
my
have,
back is literally starting to tense up as you're both saying this. Where
He's like,
I'm like,
also have the like classical dance training, which gives me like the Andrew mindset of like
yes.
must do, have to do,
Right.
yeah.
So
I hear that. That's
maybe
funny.
I am in one a Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman.
There you
what?
go.
That's a great balance to be. But I think you know this because of the training you received. As I get older, I really question, and that was actually part of the reason we named the brand Boxer.
Okay.
So the training you received as a dancer, the training I received in design and art, they don't really teach you how to maintain your life or
No.
balance and
Right.
in fact, if you try and fight for that, you are torn apart.
Yeah.
So I received really amazing training from Simon Inglis, who was British, who helped launch McQueen, and really, really amazing teacher and director. But you are taught discipline,
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
So, but as you get older, you're kind of like, that's not really the healthiest message.
Right.
Like, maybe there are more important things. Maybe, discipline is a little overrated. But we named the company Boxer because of, and now I'm completely blanking on the name of the book.
Well,
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm.
Oh, okay.
Horse's name, who keeps saying, I will work harder, is named Boxer.
Whoa, I haven't read that book in forever.
Yeah.
And I had
Have you seen the cartoon?
I think I remember seeing the cartoon as like a kid.
Like it's like a older, like, I don't know, 70s cartoon or
Yes.
older. And it's like, and it's first of all,
it's a nightmare.
who what were these fucking people drinking and smoking? Like,
Right.
and these, like, I was like, you're like, this is crazy. We watched it, I think. I don't know. I don't think it was a rat. We watched it and then the name came from that, but I think we
Well, I
weren't
had
thinking
I had a girlfriend in art school who did a series of illustrations based on Animal Farm, and as a gift, she gave me one, and it was Boxer the horse saying, "I will work harder, I will work harder," and she had said, like, "This is for you." And at the time, I was like, "Oh my god, thank you!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate." Not realizing the incredible red flag and
Right.
warning sign that
Yes.
this girl had just clocked in me, being like, "You should maybe read."
Reflect on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we also we loved that reason for it as a reminder to, if you're gonna be a workhorse for yourself.
Right. And
Yeah.
also listen, at the end of the story, Boxer, the dog, the horse. Yeah. So
That's the dog,
the horse,
sir.
whatever it is, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Rabies, and
He dies.
the kid takes him out to the back and shoots him.
Pretty much.
Yes.
But and the reminder is to work hard. And like I said, I think the balance for us is really, it, what has changed in the world, besides COVID and politics in the world that we are, is like, I think we generationally things have changed and people look at business from a different perspective. Things are they're different, right? As much as you drive your business in a way that you want to be, there are things outside that just slow you down. I mean, you have to come to accept that as a business owner or an entrepreneur, you have to accept that sometimes business is going to slow down. That so you
Yeah.
are not going, even though no matter how hard you work, that there's a lot of a lot of false starts, right? We've had a lot, and we still continue to have. We've had a start, but there are things that are like, okay, we're not ready here. We still have to figure that out, and so
Yeah, we're still, we're I think we are evolving, and we're also giving ourselves the grace to try things and, oh, that didn't work out. Okay. Or whether it be from a design standpoint, a marketing standpoint, a sales standpoint. But really it's just that reminder of, um, when that I will work harder philosophy is exploited, and maybe you naturally are that workhorse person, or maybe it's been beaten into you in school.
Yeah.
It can be exploited very easily.
I like how he paints like he was in this school where he was like these nuns were like they were like slapping him around every day. And I was like, what school did you go to that you got beat? And he was like, no, that's not the beat that I'm talking about. I'm like, girl,
Right.
like, I was like, but you know what? He is my little workhorse and I love him very dearly. I just have to keep him but we do, it's an interesting journey to where we're at. So we're having fun with it.
Yeah. Nice. So I think you were talking earlier about like, or when I was there trying stuff on, taking stuff from women's wear and including it in menswear. It is distinctly a menswear line, but there's kind of like a gender fluid, maybe unisex quality to it.
Yeah. So a couple of things was, I mean, my background is women's, and thankfully it's women's tailoring and outerwear, so I know my way around, the construction of a fully canvassed, blazer. But we really, I found at the time, androgyny and gender fluid were really happening in men's, but it was
Yeah.
happening in a very specific way where it was like, let's get very young male models who look whippet thin and very boyish, and let's put them in a giant silk chiffon pussy bow blouse.
Right.
And that's gender fluid. He's a guy and he's wearing historically a woman's coated shirt. And that's awesome. That's cool. But I wasn't seeing it really done any differently. Every
Right.
brand is doing it the same way of like very boyish models and wearing very feminine garments. So what I was kind of thinking is maybe the balance can be flipped a little bit. Maybe we can play with it a little bit and we take very masculine silhouettes and we might use more feminine fabrics on it, but we keep that hard male archetype. And even if you see like the models we use, we want to speak to a very masculine archetype but flip it a little. And that's the other reason for the name Boxer. The logo is the name is Boxer, but
Mhm.
the logo is a woman's lips open, which is kind of a hyper masculine visual of a boxer, a fighter,
Yeah.
paired with a very overtly sexual feminine
Yeah.
visual of
Now,
parted
now,
lips.
before we sound like we're from the manosphere and we're like talking about like
Right. Yeah.
we're a little like because let's we're not that.
No,
I
we're
think
Oh no.
no,
Sorry,
we
we just watched that
I
documentary
know
last
that
night.
was crazy, that whole thing. But one of the things that, and I think to clarify and to add to what Andrew was saying is it's their idea of gender fluidity started kind of with the trans movement and sort of like, right? And so those are two separate things, right? Our version of gender fluidity has nothing to do with sexual identity
Or sexual
or
politics or gender
politics
politics.
or masculinity comes in all different ways and sizes for us, and so
correct.
we're open to that. What we wanted to do is also as um men of a certain age as we were getting older and we wanted to dress a certain way, right? We weren't finding the clothes as your body changes, right? That could fit sort of a more athletic build. So like, example, you guys or myself, like we want to have some really cool fashion, like elements that some of the bigger houses, the fits are so small. So we wanted to it be bigger. So when we talk about the masculinity sort of element of it is really it's not identity, right? It's not a gender. It's like, it's saying, you know what, we can wear chiffon, but in a silk, right? In a camp shirt that typically would be in a cotton, right? And
Yeah.
would just but it has more movement. So that's what, and you know what, you see that, right? Now we're seeing it more on runways, we're seeing it more. So
It's also just a matter of, when it comes to gender politics, I firmly believe, again, I've been a women's wear designer. I wear my designs. I have some of my pieces that were made for women that I love because guess what? Clothes don't have gender.
right.
Correct. Yeah.
Like really, they do not. Are there some techniques that will do for different body types? Of course.
Yeah.
That you might see darts in the bust for a woman's garment that you wouldn't see in a men's. Other than that, some rise things, a couple of tailoring things, a pant is a pant,
Right.
a skirt is a skirt. And if anyone should be able to wear anything, and that was really part of our philosophy. But we really did want to take the utilitarian aspect of menswear
Right.
and pair it with the luxury that you see in women's wear. Like behind me right now is this is a traditional men's bomber jacket, military grade issue, and we took that jacket and we did it in a floral duochrome silk jacquard.
Yeah.
So that is something that, would usually be done in women's, and we've done it in men's, and we've done it, taken this woman's fabric and really updated it into something that is different and feels timeless and luxury. And for us, that was important,
Does I think, yeah, I mean, again, it's really just adding, giving us the options, I think personally, to like have more options to wear dress, be more creative, and also again a fit issue, right? Having, being able to cater to a more, we would say, American, less European,
Body type.
more athletic, and that those fall into football players, athletes, right? Like these, and these guys are super fashionable, right? And they like clothing, they like styles. They're just not tall, skinny, guys. Again, lovely. I love these guys, look
But
great
they
on them.
already have brands
But
catering.
they have brands that
Yeah.
take care of them, and then it's always sort of like this demographic didn't have that, so that was
And
part of
it's
it.
also, looking when we did this, we also did do a lot of research on, the average male fit model, which is a crucial component of any brand because it's the body you're building your clothes on. In European brands, he's about two full sizes thinner than in waist than the average American male consumer who lives in a coastal city and is upwardly mobile or high net worth. So
Yeah.
the waist size of that American male is a 32.
Basically, we eat a lot.
It's not
And
that. It can be that, but it's
we have
different.
and we also have more steroid in our chicken,
Exactly.
and so we're just built
We just have
different.
different body types. So we really
Yeah.
wanted to make clothes that, like every one of our pants has elastic back. We wanted to make clothes that are comfortable, that move with you because I, you know, I've been in fashion a long time. I have incredibly painful tailored clothing. I never wear them
Right.
because even if they're the right size and they fit, they are so fucking uncomfortable after the third hour.
Right.
That you just
So,
want to put
yeah.
on a pair of, yeah, you want to put on a pair of sweats. So or I'm just getting really old. Um, so we wanted to make the clothes comfortable. We also wanted to make them investments. So like, look, the truth is you might fluctuate in weight a few pounds, go up, go down, and it sucks when you invest in a piece of clothing and if you gain 2 pounds, suddenly it doesn't fit.
Right.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I think
And so, yeah,
what when I was there trying everything on, what was fun is that, like, as you were saying, like, I think we're all similar builds, we are more athletic, bigger guys. And there's been times where I've wanted to do something fun with fashion. And, unfortunately I went to like Zara, and even like extra large doesn't fit me, you know?
Yeah.
So to be able to wear something like that, that's like fun and playful and like, uh, fits well and is comfortable
Yeah.
was a
And
lot of,
and you know and there's that element of like being able to like I said, you said, just have fun with clothes, right? And again, clothing, like everything now, is very, like, it's an emotional buy, right? And we are
right.
not, Andrews, we our basics are not necessarily basics. I mean, your Hanes t-shirts and like your Gap jeans, those things have a market, right? We are, as a brand, that's not who we are. Our basics are, they have elements of like silk in them, and they have, and again, so we understand that, it's not going to be, that it's like we want you to have fun, even if it's a t-shirt, right? Even
yeah.
if it's a camp shirt, or even if it's a sweater, we want you to be like, oh, I don't have to always like wear a very, like, a jacquard or like crystals, but you know what, I like to wear a t-shirt, and I want it to be like this really nice
Silk
feeling
jersey.
silk jersey, right? So it's kind of, it's trying to keep that element of fun in everyday wear as well. But we're not like, we're not your t-shirt for like
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
We
No.
know that.
And here's the truth. Um, we can't compete with that.
Right.
And nor do we want to. So, t-shirt brand, even if I go high end like James Purse, where you're spending $200 a t-shirt, the way it's manufactured and mass production, that's not something that we decided that we did not want to participate in that. So we do local small range production and we do on demand production. So we only work with small studios here in New York for our wovens. Our sweaters are produced on demand with local teams in Hong Kong. but we make sure that everything is we avoid polyester like the plague. We want to one of the other things I got really tired of seeing was, okay, so you walk into Christian Dior. Here's $1,000 sweatshirt that is literally no different than a Hanes sweatshirt, except for the embroidery of CD on it.
And the
And
tag.
exactly. And it's such a scam. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dior. Where it's such a scam. And we really wanted to make sure that even if it's a tank top, there's something.
Let's just make sure we edit that out of it. The last thing we want to do is get a call. Thank you. We're gonna stop talking about Dior or any other
No,
brands.
but what I'm
What
saying
we're
is
saying is from a quality issue, simply,
we wanted to make
we
sure
want to
that
make sure that we're giving you the best.
you're getting the value for your dollar.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
that these pieces are being made here in New York. They are natural fibers. They are hand finished. So even something as simple as a jersey tank top was literally made in the garment district. I buy a team I'm overseeing and the most amazing team and sample room.
Yeah.
I adore them. And it's literally, it's not a mass produced thing. We're not trying to hide where our manufacturing is or trick anyone. We're really proud of that, that we're supporting our garment district
Yeah.
in New York.
Yeah.
We like that a lot.
Very cool. Okay, so I remember when I was there, you were also talking about making the garments like transitional from season to season ish,
Yep.
right?
Yes. So the brands, here's the thing, right? So, you know, this is where like he and I have had sort of interesting conversations, sort of behind the scenes around like, you know, there's a lot that goes into producing clothes, right? There's calendars, there's fashion weeks, there's timelines, etc. And all those things are they are important, right? Having
Right.
said that, in for us as a smaller brand, right? It's very hard, right, to stay on these fashion calendars. What happens is that the calendars that exist now, and as a retailer, as somebody who works for a company that, at companies that have sell the product at the end of the day, right, to the consumer, you know, uh, these pieces, these drops happen spring, and there's 4 drops, and then all these different things. The life of the product is too short
Yeah.
in stores, right? And we have this, again, we're talking about a business, but there's this consumerism, right? So the brands keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and before you know it, like, we're in a different like this product came in late, and guess what? Fall is already here, but we have t-shirts. It's really a lot. So for us, what we try to do, right? It's like we know we're not going to change the fashion calendar, right? We're not going to be the brand that's going to be like, oh my gosh, look at us. We're going to tear you down.
Right.
We're not that. But we do know that there is something about being able to pair your clothes back to existing, right? That you
Yeah.
can build into the collective. So from a business point of view, we have tried and to really kind of work the blending of collections. Andrew he loves designing coats, and that's like one of his
The
big
coats are
passions.
so good.
And so and so we have different weights in them, right? Also, when you've lived in New York, we've had a very cold winter, but last winter wasn't like that, right? So I
Right.
think and our springs sometimes feel like, they're just springs, right? So we want to make sure that, the life of the collection can be more than just,
One season.
one season, spring, summer, fall. It can sort of translate. Yeah.
And I think the other thing is, we're neither of us are not originally from New York. I'm from the West Coast. Christian is from South America originally, and these climates that we grew up in were diverse. It wasn't like, oh, here's winter, here's spring, here's summer, like it is here. So I think, both grew up in different ways, accustomed to always, okay, it's summer, but maybe I need a jacket,
Right.
or
Also, when I moved to the US, my biggest like one of the biggest culture shocks for me, right? Well, a lot of things was the idea that we would store our clothes in it would go
As a
into
Californian, same.
in a room, and then we would go back and find it,
Yeah.
pull it out. And we did it for many years, and now we do it. But now, like, if you open our closets, it's like
Everything.
everything. We have all our coats, because it is so bizarre to me to still be like, where's my sweater? It's in a box somewhere.
That was my winter
Right.
sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and it was just such a thing. I was like, wait, don't you just have a sweater? Like, no. Your winter clothes goes away. And I'm like, I don't understand that. So it was I'm like, and also in New York, where do you put it? I was like,
Exactly.
like, bitch, there's no space in this house. Like, we're just like, we
Under
need
your
a,
bed.
right. You're like, a stuff it under your bed, in your oven. And like, you're
We've
like,
done that.
we have done that.
Oh,
So
yeah. Very
And
Carrie
even
Bradshaw.
donating it.
right. And that's the other thing we discovered, right? That and again, we would do that, we'd put sweaters in, and then you back and you're like, this none doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Two, had no idea I had it, because again, and then you just end up donating, and we're like, this is just it was a whole process that we did for many years. And I think
Yeah.
the last couple of years,
Fuck it.
we just said, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not, we donate our clothes. We're big on recycling
Yeah.
fabrics and donating our clothes, right? Because really, there's so much clothes in the world that, honestly, even though,
It's also just, with that, it's thinking about the end use of clothing. There's so much fast fashion that's in the people who might need clothing,
yeah,
beat up old H&M, and again, not to shit talk H&M or anything, but fast fashion clothes that are really destroyed are not always helpful. So we really make a point to donate a lot of clothes to make sure that they get used, and
yeah,
that where there might be a need and an end use, that it's being filled there.
yeah,
Yeah.
But the other blend we want to do is, and this was kind of Christian's idea, was by, a lot of us in brands, we say, investment pieces and timelessness. But what we don't do, though, is we don't show our consumers that. And Christian had this great idea of we did our first collection, which historically was more of a fall winter collection. And then we were doing our next one, and Christian had this brilliant idea of taking 25% of the collection we had just done and styling it into the new collection to
Yeah.
show our consumers that we don't just say it, we believe it. And here
We're practicing it.
show you these pieces have life beyond one season. And, here you can wear it this way. Also, we can wear it this way. And it's a totally different thing. Like, all of this lavender stuff wasn't part of our spring, summer, or the second collection. It was a black and white group with hits of teal. And then Christian thought, hey, this should have more life to it. And he was 100% right. And so now, anytime we do a drop or a collection, part of that's going to be taking at least 25% of what we did previously and styling it in and showing people, hey, we believe that this product has legs and
has legs and can sustain itself, right? And it
Yeah.
really is, like, you fashion companies, we want to create timeless pieces, but we also want you to buy them all the time.
Correct.
So it's like, you're like, everybody needs a timeless, suit, but you need this timeless suit for this.
Right.
And so it's really
Need
not that
7
timeless.
times the suit.
Right, because we have 6 weeks to make it. And again, I think it allows us, again, from a production point, and this is the more sort of business part of it, is really, it also allows the work to be, Andrew can concentrate on, like, adding the new collection, creating that, we can fill it with what we need, right? And then our customer who, like, loves a piece can always go back and, oh yeah, I love that, and I can see myself wearing it. So yeah, so we're
yeah.
yeah. And again, it's a business model where, like I said, we're new to this and we're trying to see, but we've had some really nice success with it, so people are liking it. So
And it's like when you came over and you were trying stuff on, like you were wearing, your own pants. Like we tried different things on, but you had your own style and your own clothes. And it was like, oh, let's just throw this coat on with what you're wearing.
yeah,
And like, you don't need the whole outfit. Like,
Yeah.
this looks amazing on you because it's your style. It's who you are.
Was it you have a mohair bomber, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Can we see that? That was one of my favorites.
I know. That Moore bomber is amazing. Where is it? That is
Look, if this guy's missing, it wasn't me.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is great. And so like, and this Moore bomber is I think one of the warmest. This quilting is like phenomenal, and it's so
Yeah.
warm. Like you wear this with a t-shirt and
Yeah.
you are set. And
That was
that's the other thing, right? You just want to, we there is in New York, like we just when we don't have a lot of room, right? So you just want to be able to like you buy a coat. This is a piece that is going to last, and it's easy to take care.
And Kevin, it did look amazing on you. So we'll
Put a note
and
on.
it's Angora mohair.
Yes.
So it's
okay.
yeah.
The
Very
other
nice.
one, the other one that I was fascinated by was the lavender two piece
The-
behind you.
This guy. Oh, the silk, this guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So this guy,
That part on me should
What's
wash
up?
me out.
Yeah.
That color on me should wash me out.
But
it looked
100%.
it looked
did it-
really good on.
I know.
I'm
It's really good.
It was
not like bragging or anything, but I was like, no, this color should not work on me.
It's funny. I agree with you 100%. And that made a red carpet debut. Sorry, being pulled into
I
frame.
was like, you're I only see half of your
Like,
face, and it's driving me crazy.
No, it's so funny. Our friend who was in Cabaret wore it to an event, and
He looked amazing in it.
yeah, similar coloring to you.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I wasn't able to be there when he came to try things on. And Christian's texting me, and I'm like, "Oh, what does he want to wear?" And he says, "Oh, the lavender two piece." And I'm like, "Really? Like I don't know if that's gonna work. Like I don't think that's gonna work with his coloring." And then he sent me a picture. I was like, "Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
That looks."
Yeah. You're like, it's perfect.
And the same thing with you. Like you put it on. I'm like, this color. I wish I could take credit for it. But this color is this universal color that lavender is such a weird color for men.
Yeah.
It's not a usual color, but then for it to work on so many different skin tones is crazy. It's a very difficult color. So yeah, that looked amazing on you. So yeah, also we'll put that to the side.
That on the notes.
Okay. If each of you had to choose one piece, what is your favorite?
Ooh.
I know it's like Sophie's choice.
So he's choice.
There's the piece that's my favorite, but then there's the piece that I actually wear all the time and I've kind of stolen as my own.
Right.
You wear the long coat all the time, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But I will say that coat gets stopped like all the time. Like people are always, and I wear it once in a
that's
while.
great.
It's great. Yeah. This coat gets so much, like people are always like, oh my gosh, that's such an amazing coat. And it's great. I mean, it's fantastic.
But actually, I have my favorite sentimental one, but then you know what? Probably my favorite is this guy.
Yeah.
So this is the cashmere single-breasted coat, and we made this. Obviously it's not subtle, but this was let's do a one-off and get really more of a marketing piece. It weighs like 15 pounds.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, but these are all they're all rock crystal hand sewn, and the guy who makes these, literally we bought out his entire supply. He's in Texas, so they don't make these anymore. So they're all crystal, and we didn't even want to use plastic for beads.
Yeah.
And then our team in New York hand sewed them, and it was just this really incredible thing to see come to life. And that piece got a lot of
You're
attention.
not in the frame.
Sorry,
Like
You're
Jesus.
good.
Right.
and I spit her. That piece got a lot of attention.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Christian, what's your favorite?
I think my favorite piece has to be, well, again, I have a piece for sentimental value, which I think is like one of my favorite pieces because Andrew made it specific. I'm very lucky. So it's,
Do you want bullet?
yeah, here's a for the girls out there, girls, marry a man that will make you cute clothes. Don't marry a scrub, honey. Don't
Right,
marry
yeah.
marry a guy that like can make you beautiful clothes. And so he made this incredible coat for me, and I absolutely love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this coat is one of the most, I think,
Oh, it has like the metallic finish at the
it
bottom.
has a metallic finish, this beautiful like what are these called again?
Metal paillettes.
The metal paillettes, and it has this beautiful tweed, which is just phenomenal. And what's cool about this, and this is we we make this coat obviously, but the detailing this particular one, because is there's some really cool little secret he put all these little charms inside
Oh
the
yeah.
coat, and then in all these at the bottom he has all these little beautiful charms. I don't know if you can see them, but there's like little leaves and little things like 8 are my favorite number. And so he really like, just, it's an amazing piece, and it feels amazing, like it's just really phenomenal. But from collection point of view, when I say I absolutely love this piece, it's another coat, and it's this white boucle.
Oh yes. Okay.
So what you can see on that really maybe is it actually has cellophane
Texture.
running through it.
Yeah.
So it has this clear plastic cellophane woven through the boucle that gives it this kind of sheen.
So it's beautiful. I have always loved a white. So, and the look has a short, which is kind of I'm obsessed with. So it's like, so it really is this sort of this idea of like just beautiful white coat. I'm sorry. And so yeah, that's from a collection point of view, that's one of my favorite pieces.
But then I'm not sure this will. I mean, for this collection, we really focused more on like minimalism. So there's these pieces like this guy. Keep showing coats. Is our
He
version
loves
of
to
like
design coats.
a
So like,
raincoat.
The coats are good. As I said, that bomber jacket is my favorite.
So this was like our lightweight answer to that. We did it. So, how do we do a nylon raincoat if we're not using man-made materials as much? So this is actually 100% silk. It's a heavy silk file, and then Christian is grabbing a little thing
because it
and
comes
it's
off.
fully convertible.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a 2-piece, so it can becomes like a shorter jacket or a full length. So
And,
you know, and
sorry,
then
the last thing I'm
yeah,
going to show,
you
just
show.
because, so when we got to partner with a really amazing illustrator out of Colombia named Juliana Cobo. And her whole thing is really exploring kind of feminist and feminine archetypes and dualities. And so we were able to partner with her and do a couple of sweaters. This is one of them featuring her illustrations,
Yeah.
fully knit into these sweater vests. And just fucking awesome.
Yeah. That's
Work.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we wanted to like also create sort of have this artisanal element to the brand, right? That just kind of makes it really cool, and that speaks to us again. And it's very on. I would say on brand, online with what we're doing, because it's about the brand being a feminine, empowering masculinity, like this idea of like
You're everything.
you're everything, right?
It's not one or the other. It's
So the image of Juliana's images are the empowerment of women with very strong energy, right? That could be labeled as masculine energy, right? They're
Right.
powerful in their own
they're also very
sexuality,
sexual.
right? So that is really sort of the concept that we want to continue to kind of put out there with the collection. So
Very cool.
yeah.
Okay, we are coming to the end. Is there anything else you want to tell us about the line?
God, no, we yammered on and on and on.
It's
Like,
much.
I'm sure you're like, can you just please shut up?
Great. Okay, so I have been doing a new segment. What is your joy of the week, and what is your tea of the week? Kind of like
Ooh.
a rose thorn thing.
Okay.
So your joy, wait, because I'm a little slow. It's also, I don't even know. So joy is like what's good,
Something that
right?
made you happy this week.
And then the tea was like what did not make me happy, or was just
Yeah.
like, or just
Yeah.
like,
Are we keeping it like light and fun, or are we being like serious about like
just
the world right now?
You could go wherever you want.
Okay. The state of the world is
Right.
so fun. So
that's
fun.
your tea.
That's so fun. I'm gonna do a lighthearted tea because that's just fucking depressing.
Right.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot being canceled.
Oh, I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We can't have anything nice.
I mean,
anymore.
it wasn't even canceled. It didn't even.
Don't you dare.
It didn't even have wings. Like the whole thing, just like
I know.
again. I miss that whole thing, and I maybe missed it because I was.
So why are you speaking on it?
No, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a point of contention in this home.
She was a hero.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. There is no getting around it. Like I cannot mention anything that is not glorious and all and charming about this Buffy girl. So so Buffy's our biggest issue.
Good thing of the week. Honestly, this moment, finally getting to make this happen and see you and chat and just just getting to, it was so fun a month ago. When you got to come and play dress up
cold day.
Right. Yeah. Literally, you came in like the middle of and on a mild day.
I
Like,
know.
oh, we can't leave.
I know. I was like, wow, Kevin's coming in this tundra. I was like, Jesus Christ. Well, so thank you.
So that I think just getting to see you and do this, and then here's
my joy of the week, I will say, is just I think it's just being being comfortable where we're at right now and just enjoying, trying just kind of getting through life. It just feels nice. Life feels very easy and it's not that but it feels very nice to come home and be with the dog and like just doing we're excited. We're working. Yeah, Blue. He has a name. And so that feels really nice. I know that's kind of silly, but it's just one of those things that there's a simplicity in the joy, which sometimes can being super elaborate can sometimes make it too much. And then I think my ick of the week is my tea of the week, or we watched the Manosphere yesterday.
Oh God, I kind of refused to watch it.
But then it was like, I think we should watch.
You got the best of you.
Yeah, but it's like here's the thing, right? I have decided and Andrew knows that I will. I cannot watch rage bait things anymore because they catch me anyway, right? They're gonna catch you anyway. You scroll, you're gonna watch, the Bachelor Taylor throwing things at her children, and like the Bachelorette, this whole thing. This was like I was so I said, we tried to watch it one day, and I was like, I don't think this is the day. And we watched it yesterday, and I was like, what is like I don't like what is going on? So yeah, that to me was just like, we don't need any more. We don't need any more social media.
Yeah.
I get it all done.
I think we crossed the line. I think we crossed the line. So yeah. But anyway,
what's yours?
Yeah, what's yours?
Let's see. I think one, I am happy we got to do this finally. Been a long time coming. Super fun to reconnect. But one of my joys of the week was Michael B. Jordan winning the Oscar.
Yes.
Oh,
that was amazing.
That was great.
Chalamet not
oh my God. The performance of I Lied to You. Amazing.
Yes.
Movie. He played two parts in it. It was so good. My ick of the week. I've been on a bit of not a tear. I've done 2 videos now on gym etiquette. And so I think my ick of the week is people who have bad gym etiquette. Like using a bench that they're actually not using.
Oh yeah.
They're using it as like a coffee table for their stuff, and you're like,
the sad thing is I think it's just getting worse. Because like and I feel like there is like funnily enough some overlap between that and like the Manosphere thing of like all of these people like feeling so entitled, filming content, creating in gyms. And some are very lovely and polite, but some are I just feel like people have checked out.
Giving the people, because I post a lot of gym stuff sometimes. So I typically very early in the morning, nobody there. But I will say that my biggest pet peeve with gym etiquette are again, love all my gym buddies and bros and people.
I'm preparing to hit the mute button real fast.
Are the gym people that do the heavy lifting, the weights, like the, like the
Slam
power.
down.
No. When they come with their bags and their shoes and their gloves and their knee pads, and it looks like a homeless encampment. And I'm like, why are you camped out? I literally used to go to a gym in New York City, and I will not say that people would bring their bags and they had the shoes. They would change their shoes, put on, and I'm like, there's a gym
There's a
with
locker.
a locker, and you can get for $2.50, you can get a fucking locker and put your shit in there. But literally, it was making the protein shake, mushing the thing, setting out like. And I'm like, dude, you literally have a radius. It looks like 10 cities. So that is my biggest. I'm okay with people making videos. I'm upset if you want to come and settle.
Kevin, clearly you hit a nerve here.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know existed.
I've talked about this with some of my clients before. I find it particularly gross when people in the winter come and they go take a group fitness class and they bring their like puffer coat into the room.
Oh,
everyone in there is now sweating. It's humid. It's gross.
Yeah.
Your coat is just absorbing that, and then you're going to put that on and walk out onto the street.
Well, it's like when people, this will happen in our gym sometimes, people will go into the sauna or the steam room thoroughly clothed.
Nope.
Thoroughly clothed.
Nasty.
Nasty. Guys, they're in a pair of jeans.
Nasty.
And you're just like,
and I'm like, they're like warming up. I'm like, you're disgusting. You're a disgusting human being. Your nasty shoes and your nasty feet.
I've actually seen him say it to them.
I'm like, you need to go. Like, you need to go.
No,
like, you need it. But you know what? They're just nasty. They get a look. Also, here's the thing. I'm sorry. You're sitting naked, and then this guy comes in with his like construction boots and his tank. I'm like, I'm sorry. Is this some version of a weird porn that's gonna turn it?
Like, what are we doing here?
Like, get out of here with your muddy shoes and your salty fucking like sweater. Get out of here. So I think gym etiquette is. Luckily, again, I work out out of my building gym, so it's like, but you know, I've become a gym antisocial, which is kind of.
I feel like a little bit of gym etiquette goes a very long way.
Well, and that's Kevin. That's something I will say about just a plug for Kevin here. I had worked with a lot of personal trainers before you, and you were one of the kindest, most educated trainers I'd ever worked with, and like amazing results, kind, funny, and very polite. It was such an amazing experience getting to work out with you. And I like from everything from your gym etiquette to the way you treat people. And just, I feel like the thing that people forget is you can get amazing results. You can have an amazing experience while being kind and polite and like a good person.
And clean.
We don't need to hear you slamming down how much weight you are to know you're lifting that weight. There's something powerful in being a little quieter and a little politer about it. And I really always have respected that about you.
Thank you.
I appreciate clean.
Yes. We all appreciate clean.
I think clean is a nice thing. And you know what? And I get it. People forget the sweat part and people sweat. It's a gym. Just don't bring in the dirt. Leave it at home. Don't be nasty. Don't bring.
So have you ever put on a sweaty hot puffer?
They do.
Have you ever put one on? It's not pleasant.
No.
And then they walk out, and then they're like, they wonder why they have MRSA, and you're fucking nasty because you could have taken a shower and you decided not to, but you decided, and then you know what? You're gonna put on your cute little outfit, put on some makeup, and you're gonna put on that nasty fucking puffer thing you wore.
Yes, it's gross.
And then you're going to work in the fucking puffer that's been sitting like a tampon, sucking in everybody else's sweat. It is like, I'm like, you are so cute, and yet you are so dirty, and I just want to hose you down or set you on fire. Two things that cross my mind every time I see that.
Yeah,
just oddly specific.
Yeah, sorry. I trained for a while, as a trainer for a while, so I believe that. Yeah, I think it's just like no. No. There's no need for the nastiness. And I'm sorry, girlies, you're nasty. You're nasty there, and they think they're cute. I'm like, I saw you in that same disgusting puffer jacket, and you got to go. Get out of here, nasty.
Okay, boys, tell us where.
On that note,
fine.
What?
Where can we find you online?
So we have our Instagram, Boxer Studio 08. We have our website. We're actually currently flipping the website for the new collection, so that should be up, flipped fully in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And boxerstudio.com. And
and if you guys want to place an order, hit us up on Instagram too, because that way we can work that.
or if you have any questions or just curious about the way the industry works or anything, or just
we're here to help.
Yeah.
Awesome. You will be tagged in the official Tinis&Tea Instagram post. And I will include your website in the description of the podcast.
Thank you.
I am _Burn on Instagram and TikTok. You can find the official Tinis&Tea at Tinis&Tea on Instagram. This has been so much fun. Love talking to you guys. Love trying on the clothes.
Yes.
Maybe
We'll
one
put some aside too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll definitely put some aside for you.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for doing this. This was great. And until next time, cheers, bitches.
Cheers.